One day or day one? That's the $1 million question. For many people out there, they're stuck in their own way. For many people, they delay, procrastinate, push off the thing that they know they need to do the most. How do I know this? Because I was one of those people. A part of me still is. Inside, I know there is a person who is lazy. There is a version of Aiden who is addicted, a pothead, a drug addict, somebody who constantly runs to instant dopamine, somebody who scrolls, watch movies, porn, shows, runs from the reality, runs from his future potential. There's a person in there. And I know he exists because I lived in his shoes. One day or day one. You get to decide who it is that you want to be. You get to decide if you want to stay that individual or if you want to make a change. If you want to upgrade yourself or you want to live the exact same reality for the next 40 years. I'm currently working at Home Depot. My grandma, she worked there for 20 years, ended up retiring this year at 73 years old. I told her I love you, but it cannot be me. I cannot stay in the same place for any place for 23 years. It's just not me. I'm working at Home Depot now. No shots at the workermen's, bro. I get it, right? I get it. I need to pay my rent. I just moved out into this new place, and this is student housing. I got roommates, 3 roommates that are younger than me. The cheapest rent around town. That's why I found this house. Before I toured this one, it was basically a trap house that I was about to move into. So I'm very happy that I got in. They rejected me a couple times. I kept applying. Eventually I got in, but there's a whole lesson in that. But bro, like, one day or day one. I was scared to move out. This is my very first time moving out from my pop's crib and, my parents' crib. My first time being on my own, I was having all these questions. Am I going to be able to afford it? Am I going to be able to make it? What if this happens? What if that happens? One day or day one. I recently got a new job. I had a bunch of questions. Should I drop my server job that I had as well in the evening? Should I keep them both? What should I do? I really didn't like the server job. I worked there for almost 3 years. 3 years pretty much. I was the only American light skin there. Everybody else was Mexican. So you can imagine a steakhouse with living like that, what it is. So yeah, I left the job and I went full time in this sales role, doubting myself, questioning myself if I was going to be able to do it. It's only $3,000 almost a month, right? With some little commission bonuses if you make some solid sales. One day or day one. Now, there was a time where literally not too long ago, almost 5 months ago, I was working at Wingstop. I was working at Chipotle. And I was working at the steakhouse. Now, Wingstop and Chipotle weren't at the same time. I bounced around between the two. And then I finally found this job. And I was still building my business. I was still wrestling with growing my personal brand. I was still pushing myself in the gym. I was still doing these things while also removing the negative habits out of my life. One day, or day one. I ended up going to church for the first time last year. I ended up investing 10 bands into a real estate mentorship last year when I had my license turned on and I was hustling full time. Not full time, but I was hustling while working the other jobs. One day, or day one. When I walked into church last year, I didn't think I was gonna stay. I felt like the pastor was basically speaking to me, telling me, you don't belong here. He literally said, if you have another church, go there. If you're here just to play church, go somewhere else. Leave. I don't want you here. I thought he was speaking directly to me. I felt like an imposter. I felt like somebody who did not belong there. I felt like somebody, because my parents never went to church. My parents never prayed. They never read the Bible to me. So the first time, I'm 24 years old now, the first time I walked into church was last year. At 24 years old, last year, at one of the darkest places of my life, when I spent my last dollar, I invested heavily in real estate, and I was pushing myself to be successful. And I was dropping weed for the first time in 7 years, and I was really trying to focus on my personal development. It was dark. It was lonely. One day, or day one, I ended up getting baptized that December. Last December. It was like, I think it was the first week of December they did it. First one that I've ever seen in my family to get baptized, brother. From my mom's and my dad's side. Now, I say this, all of this, because there is a version of me that lives within me who is a tenth of the fraction of his potential, who lives way below his purpose, way below what he could be. And there's a version of us all. Maybe your story's different, but there is a version of you also that is the max, that never sleeps in, that prays, goes to church, takes care of his family, takes care of his health, is in great physical condition, takes care of his business, is not addicted, does not have any vices, never snoozes. There's a version of you that is somebody that maybe you haven't touched yet. But that's the point of this video. One day or day one, it is a choice that you get to make. And right now, in this video, in this current video, it is June 6, 2026. It's 10:30 p.m. the time I'm recording this video. I'm about to go to bed. Got my do-rag on. I'm about to finish up my journal right here. Got my candle. It's not perfect conditions from where I'm building, right? It's not perfect conditions. But I decided I want to change the man in the mirror that I see. And I want to go to war on that individual. I do not want to stay the same version. I want to see what I am capable of. And I believe that's in all of us. You have the potential too. I created a coaching program that helps you get in the best shape of your life to work one-on-one with me. I created a method called the Forge Method, FORGE. Fitness is the foundation. Order your morning. Relentlessly execute on your goals. God over everything. Evolve and evaluate. This is a framework that you can use, you can take and apply in your life. It's exactly the framework I've applied in my life the last year. But the framework and the information that you just listened to, that you just consumed, maybe you're feeling hyped right now, but this isn't supposed to be motivational, brother. I don't care to motivate you. I want you to change your life. And in order to do that, you need to change your mind first. The Bible says a renewal of your mind. You need to change that thing because that will hold you back. You already know everything you need to do. You already know all the things that I just described in the last 10 minutes. You already know there's a weaker version of you and you want to become a stronger version. In order to do that, you need to learn how to apply this information specifically in your life through the renewal of your mind. I hope this video genuinely helped you. I see a lot of self-development content out there. I see a lot of people posting. I see a lot of BS, stuff that I wouldn't vibe with. But this right here, if I was 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, 40, and I was stuck in the habits, I was lost, I was a dweeb, this information would have hit me. It would have hit me in the fucking chest. You are completely capable of becoming that version of you. You know exactly what it is, and it is time. I pray that you come to terms with this. I pray that you take action. I love you. And brother, if you want help applying this shit, hit the link in the description below to book a call with me to work one-on-one. We'll see if you're a good fit for the program. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next video. Stay dangerous. Bye for now.